Hello, this is AnlineOffline. For today's video, we'll be covering the patch notes for Season 2 of 2026 along with other news. In response to the popularity of the free legendary, the Striker shotgun got a couple of nerfs. The lag multipliers now deal 10% less damage. It's unfortunate but understandable. It's now less reliable at hip firing within SMG range and not recommended for AR range, even when ADS. The fast case's new penalty to sprint out is not the end of the world. The Striker already has the same base sprint out as an AR, and you can negate it by jump shotting. The Hades from Black Ops 4 was adjusted. The base damage was increased for better odds of achieving its potential time to kill. In response, the rapid fire barrel no longer increases its first range damage. The new trade-off is that it now reduces range by 30% in exchange for 10% more damage to biceps. Since the agency suppressor harms range on the Hades, I might not use rapid fire as often in objective modes going forward. Crossbar, on the other hand, I might start using more often since it doesn't harm bloom anymore. 2019's FR556 already had a slightly faster than average ADS time for an AR. Now it's the third fastest in base. The strafe speed was below average, but it's now tied with the Type 19 for above average. 2019's VLK Rogue got a couple of its attachments buffed. The Relia Grip underbarrel now increases its fire rate from 112 rounds per minute to 130. The choke now improves bloom and hipfire spread by 20% instead of 10. If only they could do something about the Revolt barrel and its bugged effect on accuracy. The Kimbo on our 1911s got 3 buffs. The initial range was slightly extended, and there's a new second range value. That's nice and all, but what the Kimbo really needed was this buff to its hipfire spread. It's still not on the same level as the Dobra in its ability to finish someone off at mid-range, but it just might be enough to be reliable in shotgun range with only a laser. Vanguard's 3-line got buffs to 2 of its attachments. I didn't think its marksman stock needed faster ADS when it could already scope in faster than all other bolt-action snipers, but here we are. The custom barrel increases its fire rate by 12% instead of 10%. It's not an attachment I would use in multiplayer because it slows your ADS. Not even a week after my video on Vanguard's M1 Garen, we received news that it'll be buffed. With its new headshot multiplier, it can one-shot within its first range. 303 British no longer neuters your multipliers, and can two-shot like in base. Sure, the Garen still doesn't have as much range as the other semi-autos, but I still stand by the opinion that the Garen is best used as a close-range overkill backup. 2019's Holger already had average bloom, but it's now quite good. It also already had easy recoil. The C-Mag already increased its chest multiplier by 10%. Now it'll apply it to the arms. The same goes for the K-Mag. This allows for the potential to 3-shot in close range, 4-shot at mid, and 5-shot at long. However, you have to land only those shots. If someone looks to the side, there goes your potential. Still, it's better than relying only on headshots. The range on the QQ9 or MB5 was increased by a couple of meters. The 10mm rounds now increase its damage to the stomach, and this will make its 3-shot potential much less punishing. You only have to hit them once in the chest, forearms, or head. The Kilo 1-for-1 from 2019 got a buff to its integral suppressor. It now increases its first range damage by 1. What does this amount to? Instead of needing to land all 3 shots to the biceps for a faster time to kill in close range, it'll now require 2. Is it worth it? Probably not, because you lose out on the option to use range boosting attachments besides the long shot perk. The 50GS from 2019 now has the same fire rate as our J3 in base, and this tracks with its trigger attachments. With access to suppressors and a larger mag, there's little reason to use the revolver over the Desert Eagle. 2019's Renetti will now deal an additional 10% damage to the stomach. This doesn't change its one-burst potential. In an age where the Chicom is a respected gun, this does not address the issue with the Renetti's recoil or slow burst delay. Both the Striker shotgun and BK-57 have had some of their attachments remodeled. Gone are the days of the M16's classic animations from COD 4 Modern Warfare, because it now has those from 2022. They even zoomed out on the iron sight like in the newer games. But my god, is that aim shake horrible. Hopefully they go with 2023's more tolerable visual recoil. It is rumored that our M4's default model will be replaced with its 2022 counterpart. If that's indeed the case, rest in peace LVOAC. I hope they save you as a free blueprint for old time's sake. The only change to wildcards this season is to killstreak support. Depending on the streak, the score reduction currently can range from 7 to 13% cheaper. How much will this be nerfed? I don't know yet. I'd go as far as to say that there shouldn't be a discount on streaks at all when having a 4th streak is solid enough. In the last patch notes that I didn't cover, Outrider's Sparrow ammo count was reduced from 9 to 6. It will again be reduced to 5. The opposite will apply to Nomad's Hives, increasing the number of shots from 3 to 4. In the last patch notes, Firebreak's reactor core was buffed to charge faster. It has gotten another buff and will be cheaper to earn. In my opinion, I think this is unnecessary. 4 streaks. The 2019 version of the Wheelson can fire at a max fire rate of 150 rounds per minute. The Black Ops 2 Dragonfire drone now carries 4 rounds instead of 3, each with the ability to give your whole team wall hacks. 2022's bomb drone got another buff. Previously, the minimum damage was increased to always kill without flak jacket. Now it's the same price as the UAV. So, what are my thoughts on these balance changes? In general, I'd say they're pretty reasonable when it comes to the guns. I don't see the point in buffing lethal operator skills though. But if we're just talking about the guns, I'd say the biggest winners this season are the Garen and QQ9. I'm a little saddened by the nerf to the Striker as it could spit in the face of USS9 users. If only they could do something about the 41 caliber rounds. I'm just saying. I'm very much tempted to make the Uzi my next video and get it over with. What about the new gun? The Lachmann 5.56 from Modern Warfare 2 2022 will be unlockable at level 21 in the Battle Pass. It's based on the HK33, basically a G3 or MP5 in 5.56. I have some doubts that the 2022 gunsmith will be kind to it like it was for the SO14. But it's not like the devs are above adding shadow buffs to hype up mythic blueprints. In fact, they've already started. It was originally leaked that its stats were uncharacteristically similar to the Ram 7, but with a very slow ADS. As of late, the stats were changed to something reasonably similar to its 2022 counterpart. From what I can observe, it seems to have slow movement and average time to kill, but the best bloom and hipfire of any automatic in the game, along with easy recoil. Only time will tell what other shenanigans they'll pull to replace the nerfed XM4. Look, I understand that Teamy wants its sales, but it would be greatly appreciated if they showed the bare minimum of care for its non-mythic weapons, like fixing the bullet speed attachments for the RAL and LC10, among other things. The next gun that will come in Season 3 will be the MX Guardian, the infamous meta shotgun from 2022/3. It's full auto by default, but it has trigger attachments for semi-auto and burst fire. It also has slug, explosive, and dragon's breath rounds like the Jak-12. Hopefully they also add its Jak Lance kit, which turns it into a pseudo DMR. There's going to be a new streak called the Overload UAV. From its description, it sounds like a cheaper, weaker version of the EMP systems. After months of speculation and a delay, the new mythic that will replace the AK-117 in the secret cache is for the AGR 5.56. It will take the form of an AUG Mastercraft from Black Ops Cold War. Once again, some people aren't happy, mostly because the AGR was never popular in this game. I was hoping for something from COD Online, but hey, at least the AUG is an AUG and free is free. I'm not gonna lie, I'm more glad that some content creators can finally move on to something else than clickbait. I've lost faith in some for turning to generative AI or stealing other people's edits and passing them off as their own concepts. Back to the topic of mastercrafts. At this point, it's becoming apparent that there is a priority to port all of them from Cold War. Afterwards, they may switch and do the same for Vanguard or another game. If that's the case, then we still have a long way to go. This includes the likes of 2 more AK-47s, 1 more RUS, 2 for the XM4, 1 for the Type 25, M16, EM2, Fargo, Tundra, QQ9, Bison, KSB, Tech 9, LZ-10, SBR, and eventual Grav. And then there's the whole debacle with the Spaz, Ithaca, and K31. From the perspective of the devs, it may not be worth the effort of coming up with an original design for a free reward that's very easy to unlock. As for the free Farah Mastercraft that's for the ASM-10, well, it's actually for the KN-44 now, a slightly more popular weapon, and I see that they've been putting in work to make it more flashy. As per my previous seasonal review, this might satisfy half of the complaints towards it. Moving on to multiplayer maps, there's going to be a new shipment variant in celebration of the Lunar New Year. It's been a while since we got a new multiplayer map that wasn't a limited time mode. By the way, Zoo still has a reduced score limit in public domination matches for whatever reason. Like Crash a couple of months ago, Crossfire is also getting an update to its lighting. If only they could fix the lighting on takeoff. BR players, I don't know how you managed to put up with the same shit for years on end, but you guys are getting some love. You now have 10 loadouts like in multiplayer. There's going to be a new class that allows you and your squad to duplicate whatever ground loot you collected. No more kinetic or advanced armor. The vest system has returned to BR, but it's different from before. It seems inspired by Warzone and the vest perks from 2023. Each type of vest has a different gimmick, like infinite self-revives, holding 4 plates, a quick style restoration for armor, or 2 stronger plates instead of 3 normal. The Plunder game mode from Warzone makes its debut in COD Mobile. I find it interesting that while elements of Warzone are increasingly being integrated into our Blackout style BR, a Blackout style mode is coming to Warzone. You know, Jeffrey Epstein was interested in buying Activision stocks when Black Ops 4 came with Blackout. That and years prior, he may have had a hand in nudging now former CEO Bobby Kotick on microtransactions despite being banned from Xbox. COD points have been a thing since Black Ops 1, but didn't serve the purpose of microtransactions until COD Online and Black Ops 3. So, for the past 11 years, CP may in fact be CP for a reason. World chat, I'm looking at you. Given the scandals involving frat boy style workplace harassment, I'm not surprised that Kotick is in the files. Is Jeffrey Epstein partially responsible for Call of Duty's downfall and obsession with greed? Maybe only a little bit. This seems more of a case of birds of a feather than an actual puppet master. Back to the game. Since DMZ seems like the favorite child at the moment, what news do they have? It'll be possible to destroy the train on Serpent Island and loot it. Pelican is going to be a new boss fight found in Building 21. If it's just for a character skin like Kuiji, then I'm still not interested. It doesn't help that solo hard mode is still just for the Chinese server. Something that no one expected is the addition of Rebirth Island for DMZ. This was not one of the expected maps that was leaked. Hopefully it's actually optimized whenever it releases. In the test server, there's an option to toggle ranked. This confuses me because I thought the whole point of an extraction shooter is to have stakes. How does this split the matchmaking pool? Why didn't they test this with BR first? There's going to be a new ultra rarity for equipment. Some of those attachments look interesting, like a thermal scope for the Type 19. The Ultra extended mag on the Fennec allegedly shoots 2 rounds at the same time. I don't know if it means it's duplex like the Odin, or if it's the 2-round burst mag from the Modern Warfare reboot games, and works like the Maddox with Echo Fire. If the latter is the case, why don't we have it in multiplayer? Why don't we have thermal scopes either? So what's COD Mobile's plan for 2026? New weapons are a given. Again, it's been a while since we got a new multiplayer map. And it doesn't help that the devs have been slacking on updating map rotations for ranked. But a new map for BR? This was teased in one of the messages from the anniversary event. It's probably Urzikstan, which would have released last year if not for DMZ. Speaking of which, DMZ will release a new map every DMZ season. As if they didn't get special treatment already, they get their own seasons which are quarterly, potentially twice as long as a standard ranked season or 4 times as long as a battle pass season. How will they optimize the battle pass, secret cache, and friends list? We don't know yet. It's mentioned that there will be a change in the ranked system. I don't know what that means, but I'm hoping it includes loadout restrictions which were teased last year. It's also worth noting that once again, there is no mention of zombies. So no Nocturne Totem this year or ever. It's a real shame because zombies has historically been the de facto third mode for the franchise. But to end on good news, they're doing something about the anti-cheat. The cheating situation has gotten out of hand the past year. It's gotten to the point where you can find people on YouTube Shorts and TikTok advertising a subscription service to use their hacks. But hey, that's just my opinion. Sorry about not covering Season 1 of this year. I'm still getting used to the spring semester. We're doing the round next. Maybe the USS 9 afterwards. My name is An, and I'm off.